The Panthers beat the Rangers last night at the Garden 3-2. They now lead this series 3-2 as they head back to Sunrise to try close it out tomorrow night. Tight game, just like every other one in this series. 1-1 in the third period. Panthers take the lead for good on ESPN.
Wenberg, an aerial pass. Roslovic put it on net. And the rebound went past Kakko, had some room in the slot. Lundell scores! Might have been tipped in by Tarasenko, who was in front of the net.
I have no idea what happened there. That's why I like Bob Wischusen calling the games. I had no idea what was happening on that at all. I just heard dead air and then a score. I have no idea. I don't think he was watching the game. I really don't. I'm just being honest. Not. Like, you can't tell me that you knew what was happening there. I was like, what just happened? He scored a goal. He missed it. That's what happened. You know, you're looking away. You're looking at your paper. You're looking down at stats, where he's from. They always do that. You know, he grew up in – they always do all this nonsense.
He went to Ithaca College. He played 4 years at Ithaca before
he was a Hobie Baker winner. I always, when I did it, literally my goal, and I was drinking when I did it because they were so awful. I literally used to say to myself when I'd walk into the arena, I'd be talking to myself in the car, driving into the parking lot, walking into the arena, I go, so whatever you do, don't miss a goal. Whatever you do, just stop. Never stop talking. Just call the game. Never take your eye off the game. Never miss a goal. Never miss a goal. Never miss a game. Never miss a goal. Never miss a game. Never miss a goal. I didn't care anything that happened. They had never won. I just never missed a goal. What I heard right there, he missed the goal. He was like, oh, and he scores. Like, I was like, I drove into a tree on the side of the road. Anyway, enough of making fun of Sean. I don't care what he thinks of me either. It's always better when I make fun of people I don't know because I know a lot of people. But if I don't know you, I'm willing to take wax when you suck. Anyway, here's the deal. I thought last night, and I'll say this, yesterday on this show, you can roll the tape. I said it real simply. If the Rangers are going to win, they got to get Kreider, and they got to get Zibanejad, and they got to get Panarin going. Not one of them have a point. And in that game last night, Zibanejad had 2 points, and Kreider had a shorty. And I gave you the over half a point. He needed a point to go on the prop. That hit. The Rangers had every chance in the world with their 2 best players of 3 having points finally, and they still lost. What does that tell you? When they finally got their best players going, Mike, and they still lost at home. For the second time in the series at home, they've lost to this team. That team, the Panthers, are better than them, and they're in their head.
The Panthers are controlling the play. Shesterkin has kept this series as close as it has been through the 5 games. If the Rangers did not have him, they'd probably already be home. Look, and saying all that, they're still right there. They're down 3-2. They just need to find some offense. Panarin probably had his worst game last night. You were looking for something out of Panarin. You got nothing out of him. Yes, you got the shorty from Kreider. They need to score more than a goal or 2, right? I mean, like they did the game where they won 5-4. You need to score some goals. You can't rely on the goalie to bail you out the entire game. And that's what they've done this whole series. I think they're in trouble tomorrow night, guys.
Lafreniere had the goal with 50 seconds left. Too little, too late. It was really, I thought, a comfortable Panther win. And tomorrow night, the hardest one to win is the clincher. We'll see if they can lift the Wales trophy and go to the Stanley Cup final for the 2nd year in a row.